Welcome. I'm Mahana. This is Change Your Funk to Fun. This episode today is, are you brave enough to know your truth and to live it fully? Ooh, yes. Are you brave enough to know your truth and to live it fully? We're going to be assisting you with this today. And this is going to be a beautiful journey that we invite you to. So let yourself relax, take some nice cleansing breaths, get comfortable, and let yourself, we're going to invite you to open up your heart and open up your mind today. And open up to letting yourself be curious. Can you begin to ask yourself some key questions? Can you begin to look at things in a new way than maybe you haven't yet about yourself and about your life and about your truth about you? Okay, so this is going to be an exciting little talk today, and I'm even kind of blown away by it too, as I'm on this journey right alongside you, because I also am, yes, I would say I am brave enough to know what my truth is and to live my truth. And I do this. This is actually one of the most important things that I do for myself right now. And I offer this for you because when you do this for yourself, yes, changes are going to happen, and that can be scary. And we're definitely going to be talking about that because sometimes that's the most difficult part about being able to do this. And once you realize that this change is actually here for you, and it's actually going to be really, really great once you actually move through this stuff and you catapult yourself into expansion and connect back to your divinity, back to your I am presence, back to remembering who you really, truly are, then things can get easier for you. You can feel more confident. You can feel better about yourself and learn to live more in the flow than you have presently. So that's the gift here today. So first ask yourself this question, then are you brave enough to know your truth? And then we'll get to the end of the talk. We'll be talking about living it fully. But right now, we got to begin with: are you brave enough? Are you brave enough? And that is a choice. That is just a complete choice that you get to have, and you get to decide. Yes, and you just say either yes or no. Okay, because if it's no, then all right, you ain't gonna do it, and this talk probably isn't for you. You can still listen to it and come back to it when you do have the bravery. and how about say, are you willing to say yes? Because if you are, woohoo, come on this journey with us here, okay? Ooh, and I can feel it, all those that are listening here and that will be listening once this casts out, that yes, give yourself a little pat on the shoulder and say, yes, I am brave enough. I am brave enough. And once you are brave enough, wow, then you start moving forward. Then you start connecting. Then things are going to start showing up for you more than maybe what you had before, which is actually excellent. Even the cruddy stuff, yeah, that might show up too. If that happens, you get to flip that around and you get to bring in that truth, bring in what's really, really, really true for you instead of the distorted truth. Because that's the part we're going to be talking about. Now that you are brave enough to know your truth, let's start discovering, well, what is this truth that I do have within me, right? Ask yourself that question. Oh, and the gift is there's 8 billion of us on this planet, and each one of us gets to have our own truths, okay? So we want to honor you for your truth and honoring you for discovering what your truth is and what you discover what you would love to keep expanding in your truth with. Because I know even for myself, I continue to grow in my truth. Because whatever my truth was years ago is no longer a lot of my truth. Isn't that interesting? And that's what you might find with that. We may even live multiple lives in this lifetime. And it was the truth at that time. So wherever you are, that is your truth, because that's where you are. And you get to expand, you get to align, you get to come back into your harmony. And a big gateway is going to be that we're going to invite you to is how does it feel? Because we're going to invite you to feel safe enough to open your heart, okay? And let your heart be the one that's guiding you, and then have your mind be the co-captain to your heart, because your mind is also very important too. We're meant to be operating and using both our hearts and our mind. Most of us, and just about all of us, we're programmed to have our minds run the show first. And a lot of that was because of safety issues, that we didn't feel safe here. And it was more for survival and even lack scarcity stuff. So just feeling like, oh, not afraid of not having enough or having a danger happen or something like that. That the mind definitely had to step in which it has done for us. So, and the gift is we're in the Aquarian age now. So that was the 20th century Pisces age. Now we're in the Aquarian age. Now you get to, one, by being brave enough to know your truth, which means you're going to need to access your heart. Okay, so that's what we're going to invite you to do today. And in your heart is where your intuition connection is, where your knowingness connection, where you can connect actually to the field of all knowingness, the field of oneness, and see how much you are in alignment with that oneness consciousness, with the 12 universal laws, with just how the universe operates, what love, what pure love is, true pure love, unconditional love. These are the invitations that we are going to invite for you today. And it is a journey. It is completely a journey. So I also want to invite for you to let yourself be okay with where you are, and just one step at a time, one breath at a time, one moment at a time, and one new change at a time. Because when you can do that, you'll be amazed in a short time. Give yourself a few months here, and then eventually in the next year, you'll be like, whoa, look where I am now compared to where I used to be, right? Yeah. And that's the gift. And the other caveat is, in order to be brave enough to know your truth, are you willing to change some of those truths that you don't like? And that's a humongous one, okay? Because many of us received the truths that we got for our first 7 years of life from our parents and from society and from the caregivers and the loved ones that we had. They weren't even ours, technically. We actually received them, from where we chose to be born into, the culture, the country, the family, the religion, the government constructs, all of that helped assist each one of us to be imprinted with beliefs for us to survive and for us to live in this life. And for many of us as adults, we're still running those same programs that we received our first 7 years and even developed into our teenage years. And yet we are being called now to actually rise into a new maturity, rise into a new awakening, rise into a wider expansion. And the gift will be here is to be able to connect your real truth, your that's a good word to say, real, because that's exactly what truth is. It's actual, it's factual, it's the body of real things, real events, real situations, real things, to the highest level that we are able to admit and agree upon. Okay, and for you, you get to agree upon it within yourself. That you can actually, what we are going to invite you here in this talk, and many of my talks are about, is to reconnect back to your divine part of you, the spirit part of you, the part of you that was before you came here on earth, and even after you leave, that part that is eternal. Yes, that is actually you, your soul and your spirit. And those parts of us are meant to be actually integrating into us, into our human vessel, into our egoic or human parts of us, so that we actually get to integrate this and become one. And then that's when the new birthing of your new truth will be at the highest level. Because now you'll be in the higher energy fields, the higher levels of consciousness of the flow. So these higher levels of truth, and we'll see if we bring it back in by the end of the talk here, is because we want to give you kind of like the destination, okay? Kind of the, where are we going to be going here with the highest level of truth, of being brave enough to know your true highest level of your truth, is one of pure love, unconditional love, which is an open heart. And then with that love comes peace and joy, bliss, ecstasy, flow, harmony, synchronicities, acceptance. Acceptance is really beautiful too. And in order to be able to activate those higher parts of you within your truth and to live in that way, which then can bring you back into to health, if you're having any health issues, back into stronger, healthier relationships with yourself and with others, beautiful, more expansive, abundant relationships with finances, being able to live your purpose and to share your gifts and to become successful, or let yourself really share your gifts and be received greatly for it. All of these pieces have a huge impact of how true you are being with yourself. And how true you are being with yourself means that you actually are aware of what your truth is and what matters to you. So a big piece of what your truth is what matters to you. That helps you feel good. It's important that's the part about the heart, getting into those emotions. What would you love to feel even better about, or even feel even more in that joy or more in that bliss? So in order to be able to do this, because we are human, we are navigating these treacherous waters, as you would say. And with this treacherous water is that there's denser, contracted, distorted truths, because many of us were born in situations where there was a lot of fear. So there was fear or control, or just many of us got embodied within ourselves of beliefs, subconscious beliefs like I am unworthy to be loved, or I am unworthy of love. And those are core truths that we agree to believe and experience in that way as a separate part from our own divinity, from our own soul or spirit as a human here. And this is a third dimensional experience that we all agree to have, especially in the 20th century. And the gift is we came to live in this lifetime where we get to actually expand with all of this. We get to transform this and shift this. And one of the biggest gifts is you can use a tool, and we'll be talking more about tools because it's super helpful to get some tools. The gift of PSYCH-K. PSYCH-K has helped me tremendously. And then also I'm creating some new material called Find Your Sacred Way that plans to get launched mid-June. So you'll find your way. Many people also can use breath work, sound bowl healing, some plant medicines. There's a variety of different tools that you can find and use. Find the one that works right for you. But yes, please be open to some tools that can help you, and to be open to learning new ways for you to access what your real truth is and access what you want your truth to be. So that's the bigger questions we're gonna ask for you, is that start asking some questions, okay? Like, what do you want? Okay, that's super huge. Who do you want to be? Who would you like to be maybe than what you are now? So let's say you got some distorted truths from your family, like I can't do that. Nope, I just can't do that. And a lot of people don't even realize they even have this at the subconscious level. The clients that I work with, when we call them balances, when we I help assist people with changing these limiting core beliefs. One of those limiting core beliefs is the I can't syndrome. And it was just how they were raised and what they embodied. So the gift is you get to rewrite those programs within yourself so it's I can. Because once you can, it opens up. It's an expansion for you, okay? So that was a truth that you may have embodied, and your life will show you. So then you'll know like what's happening in your life. If you feel very stuck, if you feel frustrated, and you just, whatever you're trying to do, you're not making, things aren't happening in the way you would like them to go, you might have a program that's running that says, I can't. And the gift is you can change this program. So that's the gift. You can change the program. Yes, you can. And we'll talk near the end about how you can help yourself with that. Because literally that's the gift. Now you get to insert in this new truth. You get to have a new truth within yourself. Oh, what a big gift that is. And that's the gift of what this talk is all about. That you get to decide what truth that you want to live by. And live your life in, instead of the programs that you got your first 7 years. Okay. And yes, in time you'll be able to thank your parents and forgive them and yourself for anything that might have happened that might not have been at the highest level of unconditional love. Because most of us, we're raised in a lot of conditioned love because our parents just did the best they could. That's all they could do. That's all they could do. That's all any of us can ever do. Yes. So, and I would like to offer that this talk is the last talk of this 12-week series, and we're going to start a new series next week. But so what all of these talks have been these last 12 weeks is in regards to the book called The 4 Agreements. And with the 4 Agreements, the first one is that your words are impeccable. So we had some talks all about that. The second one is let go of taking things personally. So how nice, because most of us, and I know I could have gotten a trophy for that. I used to do that all the time. And it's so much nicer to learn to be more curious, be an observer, be more objective, and then seeing what this is here for me for, to shift that. The next one is that don't assume things. So instead, stay curious. That's what we're bringing in here too. Let yourself be curious. Okay. And then do your best. So this part with are you brave enough to know your truth and live it fully is a part of the segment that's about doing your best. Because that is how you can do your best and be your best, is by living from your truth and have your truth be right for you. Have your truth be yours and it feels right and it's excellent. So you get to raise your own self, raise your level of consciousness in a way where you are flowing in the harmony from your heart center, from your love, and then letting your mind help assist you and navigate with that. So what a gift you can give yourself to be able to do this for yourself. And I know, and we're here to help you right along the way with this. So we invite you to get a journal out. It is nice to kind of capture the things that may be limiting you right now, where these distorted truths might be running the program or running the show in your life. And your life's going to tell you it. That's the gift. So if you are having health issues, there's definitely pieces you can do to help. There's some symbolism of what your body or organs or health conditions are offering for you. A lot of it is connected to your emotions and mental parts of you that the medical profession doesn't deal with. So this is extra stuff. So this is alongside any kind of medical things that you're receiving. It's also good to look at the emotional and mental pieces related to any health issues, and then related to any limiting truths or distorted truths that might be operating at the subconscious level within you that you can change. Because once you change them, then your body is amazing, can go back to homeostasis again. It can go back to your own self-healing mechanisms, and you can be able to, relieve yourself of the issues you've had. I know for myself, I had these distorted truths because I was super stressed out. I was raising a family with 4 kids, working night shift as a nurse, and just high stress. I had a lot of fear energies just from my upbringing, and definitely some traumas that I went through growing up, that all those programs are kind of running that I didn't feel safe here. So that was the truth, that it's not safe here. So the gift is with PSYCH-K, I was able to transform that into I am safe here. I'm always safe and secure. And I've had to do that many times within myself. So that's a massive one for any of us. And it's actually the foundation, because when you can get into the parts about that you are safe, then you'll be able to your nervous system can shift from sympathetic to parasympathetic. You can breathe, your body can feel better. And with those, I was able to help transform for myself. I used to have psoriasis, and I was able, with 3 PSYCH-K balance change processes, my system went back into the balance, and I've never had it since. So you can do this too. There's different things you can do to help your body, help your relationships, help your finances. The key is going to be helping you upgrade your truth that your subconscious has about you and about your life and about your situation. And that's exactly what you get to do here. And we're just going to say, yes, it is yes. Yes, yes, yes. You are brave enough. Yes, you're brave enough to know your truth. Wonderful. Now, are you okay to discover what that truth is? That's the next big, huge hurdle to be able to go through. And what you get to do is, can you be brutally honest with yourself, or can you be completely honest with yourself? I've had some people that don't like the word brutal. Okay, I get it. Are you able to be truly honest with yourself? And what that will mean then is that it's important that you give yourself some extra time, because many of us get distracted, or we just are working hard, or we're doing things with let's say your families or other people, or always other focused, that we don't actually spend time with ourselves, or actually check in and reflect, and then help elevate and expand ourselves. So the biggest gift you can give is to open up some time. And even if you start weekly, and then eventually if you can get down to every morning or every day, find maybe 15-20 minutes or a half hour a day to check in with yourself and just ask, how am I feeling? What is going on? What truths might I be running that's actually limiting my life right now? And let yourself do some writing, some reflective times. Let yourself be real. So, and the biggest gift is when you get to look at what's happening in your life, anything that's frustrating you, blocking you, bothering you, where you feel, all kinds of, let's say, harsher, yucky feelings, emotions within yourself. It's actually here for you, believe it or not. As hard as it is, and I have sent all the love to you for any difficult things you're going through, and even my own self. I am going through this just like with you. So even for myself, I check in. What is happening within me now? How am I feeling about stuff? So I know for myself, I was married 31 years and then got divorced just about 2 years ago. So I'm going through a whole new change of life. And the ironic part is I'm one of 12 kids, and then I moved out when I was 21 and lived with a girlfriend of mine for a year and a half, and then I got married, and then I've been with a family for all these years. So now, this time in my life, and this might happen for you too, where you might be having a change in your life that is so new. I'm not used to being by myself. I've never been by myself. I've always been with people, and I love people. I actually get excited and high and elevate when I'm with people. And yet I am having a lot of time for myself and with myself. So the gift is what I'm doing, and I'll offer for you. That way, if you want to do this too, you're welcome to do this. So I do check in, and I let myself be real. How am I feeling, right? And I am having I have been some sadness, or feeling lonely, or just feeling weird. More like that, just feels weird to be by myself, all by myself. And I'm in the woods, which is the cabin, which is adorable. And it's all purposeful. And my spirit has let me know that this is actually to help me have more of a balance, because I was way out of balance. I was always so other focused, and I always loved other people and always being connected with them, that I didn't give myself much time for me. And especially for this, discovering like, what are my truths? How do I want to be, and how do I want to live? Who do I want to become? What would I love to have as my highest truth within me? And so the gift for me has been having some time for myself, because I get a lot of that now, that I get to reflect a lot and connect spiritually. And it's such a huge gift. So if you're in a busy, busy life right now where you don't have that time, you can always edge out. I know when I started with my awakening transformation 15 years ago, with the gift of Psych-K, I barely had any time, and I didn't make an excuse. And I would even check in with myself while I'm on the toilet, because at least I have time for myself in the bathroom for a little bit. Anyway, you can too. So please let yourself know we all have 24 hours in a day. You can find the time, and if you can find the time, edge it out, and then begin to have it become a priority. And just check in. How am I feeling? What is going on? What's bothering me? What's things that are edging me? And you can also say, hey, what are the good things? Because you want to make sure you're doing both. Where can I be in gratitude and thankfulness for? Because that's actually a huge one too. Okay, that actually can kind of like cradle you and help you feel supported. And then whatever your religious or spiritual connections are, use that, because it's there for you. And if you don't have a whole lot, we recommend to start discovering at least the spirituality part, connecting in with love, connecting with your heart, and connect with love, because you can do that, because you actually are love. We are love beings here. We just agreed to forget that we are, and it's okay. And at any time we're waking up, and if you're listening to this talk, that means you're waking up, which I'm so excited about. So with my own self, yes, because I actually just had a boyfriend for 3 months, which was amazing. I rather loved than who have never loved at all. Dove right in, opened my heart. It was amazing. And then all of a sudden, whoop, it got broken up and paused, and it was pretty much of a shocker. So I went through a whole very surprising thing. So the gift I get to do here with that is that I get to see, all right, what is the truth running at the subconscious level within me that may have created that may have instigated that or brought that in. And it actually there were pieces at the subconscious level that I was ready to clear out and to heal and to transform. So the whole experience was an absolute gift for me, even though it was very sad and very painful, and I'm still going through waves of it, which we will over time. The key comes in is that we can ask some key questions like, what is this here for me for? What could I have been, how have I been feeling about myself? So there was insecurities that came up that needed to come up and surface. And with the gift of Psych-K, you literally get to reprogram your subconscious mind and transform your perceptions. So I was able to shift right into that I am secure. I'm secure within myself. And the gift of actually being in a relationship and then having it break up is that now I get to bring all the love back to myself, because I was actually overgiving a bit in that relationship. And I didn't even realize I was doing that. Way too easy, way too much open-heartedness. So now I'm going to be like, oh, my heart's for me, and I get to be here with me. So then, hey, the next relationship I'm in, I'm going to feel more secure within myself and more loving. And then even abandonment, rejection came up, because in a breakup, that's typically the one on the other end of it. Because if the one breaks up with you, then I was on that end of, oh, I feel abandoned, I feel rejected. And I let myself feel it. And wow, it's sad. It's so sad. And the gift is instead of resisting it or avoiding it or tucking it away or denying it, it's actually ideal to actually feel it. And I let myself feel it, and I'm grateful that I did. And breathing through it and working with it. And then with this new material, finding your sacred way, I get to release that abandonment, rejection from my body, out of my body, and activate my higher parts of myself, knowing that I am pure love and light. And that I'm choosing to experience all these experiences here on earth, because we're here to end it. We're here to finish this stuff, let this stuff go, so we can be more and more in our unconditional love within our own selves, and exactly have more positive experiences with us. And I've become stronger through it. So any hard, challenging time we go through, we have an opportunity to become stronger through it. If you stay stuck in the resistance, or you don't want to deal with it, or you're not being truthful or not being true to what truthful things are, then it can become very difficult and the patterns will keep repeating until you are able to shift out of that and to welcome it in, to say, okay, this is here for me and I need to feel all of this, and giving ourselves grace and time, kindness, love, and we are meant to feel. We're meant to move through all the things that we're meant to. So with that, I was able to embody my a higher level of truth within myself, because now I have a stronger security within myself of just knowing who I am and knowing what I want in a relationship versus what I don't, so that each relationship will teach us. Kind of like sifting and sorting, right? So I get, I really, really, really like these things, but those things, no, not so much. So that way, I get to have the truth within me that I am worthy of having a very open-hearted, loving relationship, of a divine masculine. And I'm going to continue in that because I am activating and elevating in my divine feminine. And with this, it is right. I trust and know that I'm here to experience, and I'm going to have some pretty awesome experiences coming up because this is the truth that I'm living by. So you get to land into what is the truth that you're living by. Would you love to become an optimist? I know there's many pessimists out there. I get that. And many people might think that, and that could just be a little truth that they got their first 7 years of life thinking, oh my gosh, I'm just a pessimist or a cynicist, or I just don't see the good in anything, blah, blah, blah. Is that really your truth? Probably not. You probably got it from one of your parents or some situation when you were younger. So you may want to question it, because my truth is that each one of us can become optimistic. And I get it. I know there's a balance of everything, and I appreciate the ones that are a little more cautious, that's for sure. But the level of pessimism, it's a good question to ask. Would you like to have that as a truth? Is that an important truth for you to have? And hey, that might even be a big question. Is that protecting you in some way? Because many times people are pessimistic because it's protecting them, or it's providing something for them, or they may just not even realize it. They may just have these truths, these limiting beliefs within them of that, oh, I'm not good enough, or something's wrong with me, or nothing works for me, things like that. And if you have any sense of that, the gift is you can change it. That's the biggest gift here. You can change that distorted truth into your expanded truth of what your heart would love to have. And that's the big question you're going to have to ask yourself. How would you like it to be? How would you rather it be? So maybe on a scale of 0 to 10, if you're on a pessimist level, let's say it's down to like 0, 1. How about we move it on up to 6? More of the optimism level. And then in time, of growing in time, anyone can become more optimistic, more loving, more openness, more trusting. That is our natural way, and this is how we're meant to be, because the gift is you're going to feel better. How nice is that? And it's not just positive thinking. This is optimism. It means you're willing to connect into the higher energy realms, that you have the bravery and the courage to expand your heart, to open your heart. And a huge one will be for that is the gateway of forgiveness. Are you able to forgive? And can you do it at the subconscious level of the mind? With PSYCH-K, you get to do it at the subconscious level, which to me has been a tremendous gift. And it's a gift for anyone who can get to that level within yourself. And PSYCH-K helps you do that very fast and effectively. So forgiveness, a lot of times we think we have forgiven, but it's only at the conscious mind. But no, there's still some resistance. There's still some guarding. There's still some pessimism. And if that's happening, those are just letting you know. And if you can recognize it, it's everything. If you can actually admit it, now you can do something about it. And allowing yourself to forgive allows you to open your heart again. Okay. You are forgiving, right? Yay. Instead of, being closed off and guarding, right? Forgive. Yes, 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 yes. And you can do this. You can do this and transform this for yourself within minutes with PSYCH-K, which is awesome. Oh, and once you forgive, are you able to let it go? Can you let it go? A lot of people don't let stuff go. They keep mulling it around. I'm going to remember that. And then they get stuck into areas of resentment, or bitterness, or just cynicism. And how about we transform that? And we welcome you for that. Ooh, we so invite you for this. So yes, you are brave enough because you've been listening to this talk up until this point, which is awesome. And yes, and are you able to really start discovering what are your truths? And then a key piece will be what truths are actually yours, or what you received from your parents and your society, and your upbringing and even your ancestral patterns and lineages. And the gift is you can transform any and all of these, especially in this lifetime. This is what we are being called and asked to do. Yes, you can. So the good things, the good truth that you like about yourself, the highest and the loving what matters to you the most. What are your values? What are your core values within you? What lights you up? What gets you excited? Those are the truths that we want you to have and to let that live and grow within you. And any of those that are blocking you, limiting you, self-sabotaging, or just being difficult and yucky, those are actually there for you too. With Gene Keys, I'm studying Gene Keys really recently with Richard Rudd, and I appreciate him. So I'll offer this for you guys. Many ways we can talk about this is that we do have shadow sides of us, and what just means that we have parts that we agreed with these distorted truths, that we separated ourselves from our true essence of our spirit, our soul, and our oneness connection with divinity. And it's more on a survival basis, that we will have our shadow sides, and the sides that are just like, only for our own individual self. We can't even think about other people or care about other people very much. It's for our own survival. And we agreed to actually have some of these challenges that we literally wrote in to experience. Once we can become aware of these shadows, then we can actually experience our gifts, which means you're meant to evolve, and we are meant to transform, which is the gateways of forgiving, letting go, expanding, allowing, accepting, and really fully loving all parts of us. I know for myself, many of my shadow sides, before I even began to connect into my divinity and wake up, is like I would disassociate or disconnect or even go back to the spirit world and just remove myself from situations, because that was how I had to protect myself in that way. Or even act like I'm going numb, where my emotions would even cut that off. And what a gift now with the gift of PSYCH-K is that I have now let myself feel, and I'm so grateful, because our emotions are one of our most powerful gateways that we can have. So I'm so grateful now with the gift of being able to feel and to nurture my own self and nurture others, and to be able to have an accepting appreciation for my own self and accepting appreciation for everyone else, because we all are on a journey here. We all are on a journey, and it's neat when we can start seeing our divinity within each other. And there are times for boundaries. Absolutely, there's times to say no. There's times for moving away from people. That's for sure. And just trust and know that you can expand. So any kind of shadow experiences you might be going through, or I know with human design they talk about the not self. So there's all these different terms. You can even, like for me, I would just say my limiting parts of me, or maybe my scared parts of me. That's for sure. Needs a lot of love and a lot of attention, because those are the parts that can grow. And you can even say your inner child parts of you, that those parts to heal and to bring attention to, and to give a voice to again, so that we can become stronger and more loving and live in our highest truth. And then dissolve those distorted truths that we agreed to experience here on earth. Yay! And then the gift is then you'll be able to have more peace within yourself, more patience, and allow your life can transform, where you can have more time, more space, more playful, fun things to do, and to create things, and to live what excites you, and live your highest life. And this is what we want to offer for you. Absolutely. So I'm going to offer some things that I do for myself, and then if you're open to doing this for yourself, it's really been pretty neat. Hey, when I first wake up in the morning, it's been really amazing, especially because I've actually shifted my life to where I have the time where I get to just wake up naturally. Now, how nice is that? I know a lot of people are still waking up with alarms, and God love you. I send you love for doing that. And if you are able to, even just set an intention before you go to bed, hey, how about I wake up before my alarm goes off? And you'll be amazed that you actually probably will wake up, right? So when I wake up in the morning, I'm always fascinated by this about our consciousness, right? That that our divine part of us is always assisting us, and that your consciousness, your spirit, your soul wakes you up. Isn't that neat? Because guess what? We sleep, right? And the next thing you know, oh my gosh, I'm coming back to consciousness. My consciousness is turning back on. It's not in the sleep mode anymore. And what I love to do is just checking in that first 10 minutes when you first wake up, if you can stay in the bed and have your eyes closed, but then notice, how are you feeling? What are your thoughts? What's coming up? And I know with the breakup that I went through, there was all kinds of stuff because I was thinking about him and thinking about myself and having all these emotions. And then what we get to do is to anchor in your truth, especially with PSYCH-K. When you upgrade those beliefs within yourself, it makes it easier. If you don't have PSYCH-K, use your breath, just use your intention, and see what you can do with that. That you get to just loving yourself, holding and cradling yourself, and letting yourself just feel, okay, this is what's going on. Because many times the mind will start getting busy. And what I've noticed is that also is a distorted truth, that I have to have my mind be the one in control, and my mind overtakes my heart. So I've been able to shift that, and you can do this too, where now my heart is the one that I go to first, that I connect in with, and that this is who I am. And then my mind is a great co-captain to my heart. So I'm checking as I'm waking up. Ooh, how am I feeling? What am I noticing? What is this? And it actually is really neat, because in the morning, right, you'll be amazed. I just did some beautiful work with myself last night with a beautiful channeler, Lola. She's channels Michael Level Light Consciousness. She's amazing. If anyone wants to reach out to me, I can send you information about that for her, for that assistance. And they are higher dimensional beings that help us here too. And we can get all this help. Isn't this great? I love getting lots of help. Is that because I was able to access and activate my abundance within myself at a higher level, and shifting that lack scarcity, because I still had some lack scarcity pieces within me. And then a lot of us are, because it is kind of scary. Lots of changes happening. Lots of, people are kind of a little more, I guess, tighter with money situations that, so this morning when I woke up, I actually just felt very peaceful, and it felt so good. Oh, and I welcome this for you. I was like, I just felt this just beingness, and just being here and welcoming this new day, hearing the birds in the morning, seeing the light coming in. What a gift this is. What a gift this is. And if you're waking up where you're not feeling that way, and I did that, I had that for many years, where I kind of, I didn't like my dream, and I felt frustrated already, and I was just like, and I was stressed. I was already stressed about the day. The gift is you can transform this when you transform your truths within you. Transform your beliefs that become your truth. And that's the huge gift, is you can say, asking, okay, wow, how would I rather be? How would I like to wake up in the morning, instead of if I'm waking up either grumpy or maybe I don't even want to go to work, or I don't want to do this, or you feel like you're in a life where you're doing things that you don't want to be doing. It might be a big clue that you might be a little bit off on the truth of who you are. So the gift here is your bravery to land in, what is my truth? How do I want my life to live? How do I want things to be instead? And you actually have the answers within you of being able to cultivate your new way of living, your new life, one breath at a time, one decision at a time, one change at a time. And then especially with PSYCH-K is upgrading your subconscious, upgrade your truth that can catapult you into making new positive changes with yourself. So we highly recommend that for you, so that you can wake up. And then what I offer is that you can wake up in the morning where you think, wow, this is a whole new day. This day, nobody knows what each day is going to be. It's the unknown, right? And you can have your truth that, hey, I trust the unknown. The unknown is here for me. There's infinite possibilities. And I bring in my highest day, my highest experiences possible for me. You can do this too. And it's just, one, you do have to believe you can do it. And you actually have to start taking some action steps to actually have yourself embody these truths within you, so that this becomes a natural way for you to live. Yeah. So once you wake up and you're feeling better, then you're going to move throughout your day. So be aware. How are you feeling? What are you doing? How's it going? Are you accomplishing the things you wanted to get done in that day? How are you judging yourself if you're not accomplishing those things? That's stuff that I'm still working on with myself, is to say, okay, I didn't get done what I wanted to get done, but hey, I was meant to do something else instead. So, and then letting maybe more of a calendar of like, how about throughout the week, I get it all done in the week. Like, let yourself have some grace. Let yourself be good, be positive. Let yourself be your best friend for yourself. When you can do this, your life, your day, and your life can go in a much more of a flow, which is then great for your body. Your body can feel better. You can feel better. And then your interactions with your friends and loved ones and family can become better too. Because all this is connected into, because of the truths you have, then create the vibration that you are operating in. So if it's a denser vibration, then it's going to be difficult and uncomfortable and painful. And you may get more into the anger or frustration, or even sadness or guilt, shame, those things. The gift is you get to use that energy, transmute it up to your higher energies of love and peace and joy. And Psyche helps you with that wonderfully, by the way. So we welcome this for you. And then before you go to sleep at night, I know for myself, I've done this for many years, and I'm grateful that I get to, is I just check in. How did my day go? How am I doing? How satisfied am I with my day, with how I'm doing? And with Psyche, I transform a perception. If I don't feel my level of satisfaction that I would love to have, then within minutes, I can shift that back into my satisfaction. You can find your way to help you with shifting back into your satisfaction again, because it's really great when you can fall asleep, when you feel satisfied, when you feel good, when you're at peace within yourself. And we highly recommend this for you, because this will then help you when you wake up in the next morning, which you're going to do again. Every day we get a new morning. Yes, you do. And you get to begin again. And if you have roadblocks, if you have challenges, the gift is there's tons of support for you. We're going to be talking about that in the next little bit of this talk, because it's wonderful to receive some supports, and we're here for you. I can feel and I believe you are brave enough to know your truth. And it is important to be kind with yourself, be graceful with yourself, and be truthful with yourself. What is really real? What is really going on? Give yourself this time for you. Open up time, do a bit of journaling, recognition, and then receive the supports, receive the help, and get the tools that can help you greatly. Because if there are any distorted truths that are blocking you, limiting you, challenging you, you can transform these. You can change these. You can use that energy and help yourself expand into a higher level of truth within you, of a truth that's actually really you, really yours. And then it begins to feel just right. And then your life can begin to flow and be more in harmony, synchronicity, where you can have positive things happening in your life, where you can feel good majority of your day, where your body can feel healthy, where you can have great relationships, great finances, and great expansion in your life. And we welcome this for you. It is about getting to those truths within you at the subconscious level, making sure they're at your optimal truths within you, and then editing and deleting any of those distorted truths. Maybe some of them helped you for survival. Some people get stuck in anger, or they get stuck into things just have to be a certain way, and they stay stuck in that certain way, but does it have to be? And how's that going for you? Because that's the truth part. If you don't really like what's happening, that's a good sign that it's time to change that truth. And this is the gift that we're offering here with this talk today, that you can change this truth. And I am one of the certified Psyche instructors across the world. There's 30 of us across the world that teach this. This has been around for over 30 some years, and it works. It's fast, effective, and it works. I have a client of mine that's been going through a really rough time with her health. We'll call her Ruby, that she's had 3 bouts of different cancer experiences, and then just her bowels, and she's just been really laid up, and she is mightily connecting into her truth, and I'm so grateful for her with this. She did come to my workshop and learn Psyche, and she uses that, and I've helped her many times with Psyche, and you can too. And what a gift that even last night, because she's up with her bowels moving so fast, she's not sleeping much, but yet she chose, her truth is to stay connected in her peace, in her bliss, and she is being curious and trusting and knowing her body is cleansing and releasing and clearing, so her body is creating a whole new body for her, a healthy body for her. You can do this too, and also get all the support you need, that's for sure. A big one will be to come learn Psyche. So we recommend coming to my website, to mahanasacredway.com, and you can even click the link below for Taste of Psyche. I'm offering, for a 30-minute Zoom session, you can get a taste of Psyche, so you can start changing some of these truths within yourself and notice the changes happening. Because once you realize, wow, I can really make these changes, you'll be amazed. You'll be amazed what your expansion can be with living your full truth here and living it, being your truth, being what really matters to you, living, doing, being your best, doing and being what feels right for you and what's true for you. And that's how we're meant to live here. It's so how we're meant to live. So I am offering some Psyche workshops. They're 3-day workshops, the basic in-person workshop next weekend in Grand Rapids, Michigan, May 1st to the 3rd. And then in June, I am offering an online workshop, June 13th weekend. If you want to just learn this online, you can do that. Yay. June 6th weekend, it'll be in Pigeon Forge, Tennessee. And then July, the end of July 25th weekend, will be in Louisville, Kentucky. And then August, I'm offering, the first weekend of August, I'm offering another online workshop. And then And then August 15th weekend, I'll be in Ann Arbor, Michigan. So check Mahana Sacred Way. Find the right one for you. It's my thing is, why not? Why not have this tool? I mean, I'm forever grateful. My ex got really sick with a huge health condition. That's what led me to learn PSYCH-K. And then actually the gift was for me. And then, yeah, instead of him dying from that major health issue, he's living and doing well. And then I also was able to reboot myself. So this is a huge reboot. It allows you to live your highest truth and to live in the most beautiful, precious way. And you get to do this. You deserve it. It's time. We are in these massive times. And instead of just surviving, we get to thrive now and let yourself blossom. And the key will be to let you live with your truths of who you are, of the true love and light that you are. This has been a wonderful time with you. And until we meet again, aho.